early break point for Jennifer Capriati, who actually takes a rare little stroll behind the baseline and holds her hand up. And that's interesting that Capriati loves to play fast at slowing it down a tad. You see what happens? The server misses the first serve.
Making Serena think about the serve a little longer.
Break of serve for Jennifer Capriati. 1-love first set. This is the first of 2 semifinals. After this one, Venus Williams, who will be #1 in the world regardless, takes on Clarissa Fernandez. You have 1, 2, 3, and 87 in the world, but she's moving way up.
Her ranking's going to jump to 34 regardless of the outcome of today's match.
Jennifer choosing to throw in a little bit of a change-up serve to start off, and Serena punishes it. Love 15. We should remind people, despite Serena's recent success against Capriati, the last couple times they've played in a major, it was Jennifer Capriati who was able to play the big points better and win close matches. Now that was a nifty trick. It almost looked like a lacrosse play.
15-30.
Denise Capriati, Jennifer's mom.
It's their 4th meeting on clay.
Premier service.
A lot of power behind that return of serve. Capriati not getting her racket back quick enough.
And now Serena can return the favor of an early break.
Capriati right now just has to really focus on being consistent. Serena's going through a streak right here of making a lot of unforced errors.
Oh, that's a better forehand. The forehand has not found its mark too many times early in this match, but that winner gives Serena a second chance to break back.
It's all about the footwork, getting the right distance between the ball and yourself.
And how much will Serena gamble on this second serve coming up from Capriati?
To show us how confident she is right now.
Ooh, a toss from Capriati was all over the place. Wow, just powered that ball over the net. Hit it with such force. I didn't think it could go over. And Venus and Serena have a pretty good-looking trophy case at home. You can see they have 3 U.S. Open trophies between them. Serena was the first in '99, and since then, Venus with 4 majors, 2 each, Wimbledon and U.S.
But you better believe Serena wants to catch up and catch up quickly.
Serena beat Venus at the NASDAQ 100. A little bit of finesse play from both.
15-0.
Serena starting to relax a little bit, starting to move forward into the court. That's where she's been so successful, looking for the short reply.
Serena Williams has a very aggressive second serve. And she also has a very interesting record in the majors. She usually gets to at least to the quarterfinals. Loses before then very seldom, but had a bit of a drought getting through to the finals until last year's U.S. Open. You're watching live women's semifinal action. Serena Williams taking on Jennifer Capriati. They're playing for the #2 position in the world, and they're playing for a spot in the French Open final to take on either Venus Williams or Clarissa Fernandez, who play after this match.
Serena had a big problem last year trying to close out some matches. I mean, the quarters of the Australian Open, she was playing Martina Hingis. She served for the match, lost it in the third, very close third set. Then here against Capriati, Wimbledon in the quarters, served for the match against Capriati, couldn't win it.
Had a bunch of match points against Monica Seles. I think it was in Los Angeles in early August, which continued that run of not being able, and that's why we mentioned that Canadian Open win as being so vital to Serena just before the U.S. Open last year.
40-30.
This match started off with 2 breaks in a row, and Serena Williams with a chance here to hold serve.
Mademoiselle Williams.
Serena Williams holds serve 2-1 with serve. They traded breaks. Live semifinal action.
After 7 years of trying, he's really here.
Good gifts of love.
I know.
Good gifts to hand me down.
Honey, who's that?
It's Mark,
How nice
our financial advisor.
You've planned the next 18 years?
Yeah.
From college to retirement planning, our financial advisors help clients realize their dreams.
these gifts to me.
Travelocity can.
Travelocity can help me find the perfect place for my wedding.
Introduce me to unagi.
Help me rediscover my father.
Make sure that we don't miss the Aurora Borealis.
Travelocity can.
Find me a great rate to New York.
Show me where to find a penguin.
Give me tools to plan.
Tools to save.
Tools to make my trip better.
Travelocity can turn a wishful thought
Into reality.
Visit or call Travelocity.
I've seen a few of the shots of the Davis Cup there. The French are very proud of, and whoever wins this match will have a shot at another big trophy.
Players are hitting the ball so flat so far in this match. We've seen a lot of net courts. Serena did well to get back in that point. Jennifer was dictating, but still a little uneasy with her ground strokes.
Quinze 30.
Yeah, they're still trying to find their range out there. That's clear. Both players committing a few unforced errors early on. A couple of big hitters. Haven't played on this court in a few days. In fact, Capriati, despite being the defending champion, has not been out here very much at all. Opened up on court 2. Got moved the other day as well.
40-30.
$40-30. See if
There might have been the photographer in this one.
What?
There might have been the photographer. Click. I didn't hear
The
anything.
photographer? That was so obvious the whole freaking time.
40.
Capriati distracted by something. I thought she was going to argue the call, but I don't think it was the call at all. I think it was some noises or some movement over on the side of the court.
Where the photographers are sitting.
Deuce. Well, for the first time in the match, Anne-Lassire Ulrich makes that familiar jump down, and it is a fault. Will not improve Capriati's mood right now.
Take a look at shot spot.
Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know about that call.
You know, I think on close calls like that, we need to call it shot spec, because that's all that's in it.
That's right.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Capriati.
Well, Capriati follows it up with a big forehand. She's always looking to move in when she sees her opponent stretching out wide.
Égalité.
We've talked about how similar their game styles are, and you're just waiting to see which one can take the initiative in the rally first, who can have that first strike.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Williams.
Break point. Capriati would love to be able to hold serve for the first time. She's held a game point.
Égalité.
Comes up with a good serve towards the body. I think that's an important serve for Capriati to use today. Take away those angles from Serena.
Took dead aim for that corner and hit it.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Capriati.
But again, she directed that serve up the middle of the service box. Serena had to get out of the way. Couldn't really go for the return.
Game point.
Deuxième service.
Ooh, boy, you don't see that very often. 2 let cords in a row on the second serve. Capriati just needs to reach up a touch more.
Now the game's picking up.
Let the games begin, the crowd says.
That was fantastic defending by Jennifer Capriati.
I think she wants a towel. That or oxygen. Few extra seconds. Oh, by the way, it's 2-all.
Faites silence, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Oh, they're just having a great time. Let them be. They haven't seen enough women's tennis on this court recently. It's been days. Between the rain, and they scheduled all 4 quarterfinals on court Susan Long Long, which is not the court where they play the finals. Very controversial.
In fact, all the top players joined together and they're signing a petition, really complaining about that situation. They feel at least 2 of the quarterfinals should be on the center court.
Great deep return from Capriati, but really at the French and Wimbledon, the women unfortunately get a few slaps in the faces in the media. A couple of months ago, Wimbledon said, well, they had it right, and that the U.S. Open and the Australian, who pay equal, didn't have it right. Didn't make people very happy. 15-all.
Great return of serve from Capriati.
And a different play. It wasn't just about the return. It's what Capriati did with her positioning.
That's right. She hit it and she was moving into the net, putting the pressure on Serena. She took that second serve very early.
Wow, talk about taking a first serve early. Capriati met that first serve that was fired down and sent it back with interest. 30-all.
Rallies of the match so far. Capriati told us the other day after beating Dockage that she loves to run. She knows that she can rely on her defense.
Break point here. Actually, last couple of rallies in this game have reminded me of that Dockage match. Capriati won 6-1 in the third. Good preparation for playing Serena. great power play court tennis. Live semifinal action. Capriati and Serena. They're playing for the #2 position in the world in a spot in the final. Jennifer Capriati with a break of serve up 3-2. That's one of the great French players, one of the three musketeers, I believe, going back, hitting the overhead. Fantastic era in French tennis in the 20s. Capriati serving for 4-2.
15-0.
Was that hit hard, Pam?
No, that was whatever's harder than hard. And they're both
Mesdames et messieurs,
on the baseline.
Veuillez éteindre vos téléphones portables, merci.
The old please turn off the telephone in France. But they both are on the baseline or inside for the first serves.
Serena's starting to loosen up that right arm. She's really tagging those last two returns.
15-30. And so Jennifer goes on the offensive with her serve, but misses it long. Oh. Too good. Couple of break points coming up.
Serena's just so dangerous when she's moving into the court, having her whole body weight shifting forward. And she's like, that's what I need to do.
Ooh, it was an awkward return. It was such a great first serve, but Serena Williams able to get it back and get the break back. So that's a couple of times now we've seen an exchange of breaks in the first set of this first semifinal, live from Paris. 3-all.
I think it's so hard sometimes for both of them because they are both so quick. They run down so many balls. Against most of the players, the rallies are over after some of those huge forehands and backhands.
Seen 4 breaks of serve so far, and you figure the returner's going to certainly have some great moments in this semifinal. Those players serving in the mid-50s first serve percentage. Serena's dropping down closer to right on the 50 mark. Double fault. Second one for the match. The server having some trouble. These are Serena Williams' first serves. The reds are the aces. You can see besides the aces and 1 or 2 others, the placement is not that good.
It is not as good as it's been in the last few matches for Serena. I think she's feeling the pressure of the Capriati return, trying to go for a little more.
Talk about going for a little more. Gambled on that one and missed. Capriati back on top. 4-3 first set. 4-3. Jennifer Capriati up a break again. First set of the first semifinal. Senior PGA Championship presented by Raymond James Financials coming up next year on ESPN. Coverage continues over on ESPN2 tomorrow at noon. Tom Watson is the defending champ, and a good friend of mine, Dave Eichelberger, came in second place last week.
And also three-time winner Gary Player and former champion Jack Nicklaus are in the field.
Jack who?
0-15.
Oh, Nicklaus. Okay. Talk about knowing how to play in majors. Jack Nicklaus knew a thing or two.
Felt pressure.
Premier service.
Good to see his back better, letting him play some. Love 15.
Quinze.
Well, you would expect if the server has to hit the second serve, they're going to struggle.
15-30.
Both players around 30% or just under in the case of Serena Williams when they have to hit that second serve. 15-30.
But it's so tough because if you just kind of guide it in, push it in, Serena's going to attack it. Only 4 of 13 with the second serve today, Capriati.
Second service.
And we've seen a lot of neck cords on second serve. Sometimes that can actually be because you're going for it a little bit more. Trying to hit it harder. Ooh. Right over, just over the service line.
And I think that's okay. I think it's all right to take a few risks with the second serve when you know you're facing an opponent who can punish it. Double break point. Serena tried to unload on that backhand. She was too deep in the court. It's a low percentage shot.
We're only seeing 2 holds. They traded holds in the 3rd and 4th games of this semifinal. And you're looking for the server to maybe dig their way out of trouble once that can perhaps change things around. Capriati fighting off 2 break points. Deuce.
There again, Capriati just kicking that serve in. Serena with a huge return. Capriati doing a great job of just getting it back. Serena with another break point in this game.
Merci. Premier service.
Neck cord judge is going to be sore from raising his right arm up. Ooh, that's a big miss.
She's had a few in this game, Serena. A little bit off balance, hitting from her back foot. She's at her best when she's leaning forward.
That's 2 returns in a row missed, and they weren't huge first serves. They should have been put back into the court, and now Capriati with a point for 5-3. Oh, so quick. The drop shot has to be much better than that.
Serena saw the drop shot coming, got herself there, slid into it. Much better adjustment with that short ball.
Avantage, Mlle Capriati.
Another game point for Capriati. from Capriati. She barely gets to a very good drop shot. Serena Williams now will serve to stay in the first set, and she's only held once.
5 jeux à 3.
Mom and Dad watching Jennifer. This great hustle up to that drop shot, forcing Serena to hit that extra pass.
They kind of were moving forward with her.
Pushing her to get there.
Sure.
Look at her feet. She is eager and ready.
Now, Serena right now has gotten a little bit out of sync. She needs to take her time and kind of do that thing where she looks at her strings that she's been doing so well this championship. Refocus. Love 15. Nothing much right now is going right for Serena Williams. Double fault by just a fraction. Love 30, 2 points away from the first set. Capriati. Capriati with a clenched fist because she now has 3 set points.
Serena winning very few points on serve. More break points for Capriati and set points.
As Capriati wins the first set, 6 games to 3. She's 1 set away from getting where she was last year in the finals of the French, live from Paris. Thanks, Michael. Everyone around here is a little bit depressed about the French team not having a win yet, but Capriati is very pleased with that first set. 6 games to 3, all sorts of action on what was supposed to be just women's semifinal day, but they had so much catching up to do because of the weather. The men's quarterfinals were finished, and Krejci finishing off Pavel. That match was started a couple of days ago. Pavel had a child in the meantime. It took so long to finish that match. Ferrero in 4 sets over Agassi.
And that was a disappointing match for Agassi. He tried everything out there before, just so tough. He was just perfect today.
Talk about perfect. Look at Safin, his score. He was very impressive.
He dominated over Grosjean. Grosjean, the last hope of the French crowd in this tournament.
They seem to have turned some of their affection to Capriati. They loved her win here last year. Now, the pattern of their matches recently has been such that you would expect Serena to get things back together. Venus Williams certainly has had things together. She will be playing next. Venus Williams taking on Clarissa Fernandez. Venus looking for major title number 5 with 2 more wins here. You usually see some major momentum shifts when these two play.
Big miss on that overhead from Serena. I think she's just been a little too tight in this match. I think she wants it so badly. So much is riding on this match for Serena. She wants to win a Grand Slam. She wants to get to 2 in the world.
30.
And it's really not letting her relax and play smoothly out there. She's had too many unforced errors. Trying to do a little too much at times.
40-30.
From love 30, just throws in a bunch of mistakes. She's trying to regroup.
A vital game for Serena Williams, who goes back to that familiar look of her racket strings. This is something new in the last, say, couple of months. Getting into the ritual of the sameness between points. Well, that's dangerous to do, because if Capriati's wrong, she loses the point. And it was a lob, so it's not like the mark is going to be like a normal mark. But a clear signal about Capriati's too experienced for her to be wrong on that.
She took an extra stare to make sure before she stopped, and on shot spot it was clear, just a couple inches out.
Game point for Capriati. Remember, Serena had 30 love 30 rather in this game. Capriati 6-3, 1 love.
Premier jeu, deuxième manche.
If you want to catch up on all of today's action here at Roland Garros, be sure to tune in to ESPN2 tonight at 7 Eastern. We'll show you match of the day and a lot more. And ESPN tomorrow at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific for men's semifinal action. The Spaniards are having a fantastic French Open.
As usual.
And the American women equally as terrific.
Well, now this becomes a very big game for Serena on serve. She's really struggled with her serve. She's only won 5 of 25 service points, which is unbelievable considering how well Serena's been serving.
That's when she hasn't hit an ace. She has snuck in a couple of aces.
Capriati misses that return, but she's really been seeing the serve well. She's been timing it. She's been staying close to that baseline, taking a short backswing.
That graphic we showed you a couple points ago, when the rally has started on Serena's serve, she really is struggling. But if she wins it, like she has the last 2 points with either a missed return or an ace, she's a little more successful on serve. Is Serena just overhitting the ball? Do you think she's being too aggressive?
I think she's hesitating. I think even though she's going after the ball sometimes, she's not sure and she's not committed to her shot.
Still has a couple of points here to hold serve, something she's managed only to do once so far in this semifinal. Wow. You seldom, if ever, see Capriati lose her balance like that. She's such a great athlete.
jeune Mademoiselle Williams.
Court was a little slippery near that baseline.
Sometimes the clay can be a little inconsistent. You'll see her right foot, she can never get it back. She almost does. Serena Williams holds serve, and boy, was that vital for Williams. 1-all.
Jennifer's footwork has been so much better than Serena's in this match. She's the one that has been taking those little steps to adjust, looking to attack. One of the better backhands from Serena in this match. Better footwork, got her weight going forward into the court. She's been off balance so often today.
Serena Williams has just played some great tennis against others ranked around her. You can see the winning streaks against Capriati and Kleisters at 4 apiece. Hingis she's beaten 3 times in a row, and finally beat her sister, the NASDAQ 100, in the semifinals.
That was a big mental victory for Serena. She was in shock after the match. Couldn't believe she finally did it in a WTA Tour event.
Love 30.
0-40.
Are we seeing one of these momentum shifts that we spoke about? Serena Williams just held serve for only the 2nd time of the match, and now Capriati at triple break point. Oh, this is, you hate this as the server.
Jennifer hates it.
Because it's an ace,
Premier service.
except for one big problem. It just clipped the net.
And she's been clipping it so often.
That time she tried to go through it. From an ace to a double fault for Serena Williams, it means a break of serve. She's now up a break, 2-1. She needs to get this 2nd set to send it to a 3rd. Le Tour Eiffel, not too far away from Roland Garros. If you don't like the match and you're sitting up that high, you just turn around and catch a glimpse. 6-3, Capriati. Break a serve to Serena Williams. These two are playing their 10th meeting against one another, and it's almost guaranteed that it's going to be a dramatic, outstanding match.
They've played so many close matches in their rivalry. So many 3-setters. The last one a couple weeks ago in Rome, 7-5 in the 3rd for Serena. And it's just really been a few points here and there that have determined the results of their matches. We'll see if Serena can consolidate the break of serve. She's been having a lot of trouble holding on to a serve. Taking a little extra time. Beautiful point from Serena, a little bit more patient. Not aiming so close to the line. She really accelerates through this forehand cross court. That's her favorite one. How she covers it, adding a little extra topspin.
You can see, though, if she covers it too early, why so many early on went into the net.
35.
Be happy to get a free point on her serve.
There you see a little spot of the program and a glass of champagne. A little early to send any up here to the booth. Well, it seems pretty clear we have a momentum shift to Serena. It's a combination of better play from Serena Williams and some more unforced errors like that last miss from Capriati. 2 points here for 3-1.
Still one more game point.
Another wild forehand from Serena Williams. I think it's just too big a swing. It's just too unmanageable when it gets so big at the backswing. So from 40-15, it's now deuce, and Williams in danger of losing this little momentum swing that went her way the last couple of games.
Great angle that time from Serena, pulling Jennifer off the court. Jennifer really has to take advantage of the fact that Serena's missing so many first serves, giving her the opportunity to get in the rally early.
Game point. Well, the headband came off Serena Williams' hair. This is kind of interesting because you're allowed one free, you know, a ball can slip out of your pocket or the headband, but and what was just warned there to Serena was that if it happens again, she's going to lose the point. And something down at the quarterfinals of the Australian Open against Davenport with Venus a few years ago when the beads came off a couple of times and Venus lost a point, and it was very traumatic. Again, they play 2 on this one. Advantage Williams. You notice the headband is now not on the head.
She's not going to take that chance.
During that point, big, huge forehand winner and a lead of 3-1, second set.
Much better attitude for Serena in this point, hitting behind Jennifer. That's a smart play against a quick player, and then just gives it her all behind that forehand winner. 3-1 Serena.
See, now that's a more compact swing. That return of serve, and she needs to do that some at the back of the court when she's been missing some of the forehands.
0-30.
Fifth double fault for Capriati.
And the crowd showing their support to the defending champion. Jennifer kind of hitting her racket against her hand. Looks like she's wondering about the tension of the racket.
Maybe thinking it was flying a little bit on the serve, but no problems with the forehand.
Seen so many different kinds of weather changes during this championship, and boy, can that make the racket and the strings and the ball, everything feel a little bit different.
And you know, both players probably have a few rackets strung with different tensions just in case there is another weather change. When it's warmer and hotter, players like to play with a little tighter strings for more control, but when it gets heavy, you want a little looser. Get a little bit more on your shots.
30-40.
Break point.
Again, off-balanced. Serena. She's not moving her feet as much as we've seen her. She's not taking those little steps to adjust.
Avantage José Capriati.
Another good serve into the body, and Capriati stops the little run of 3 games in a row for Serena Williams, but she's up a break in the second. First set, Capriati, 3-2. Serena Williams up a break, and Serena Williams has hit a few winners in this match. Here are the locations. Obviously, well to the corner, a great angle there, short. And on the forehand, Serena Williams has gotten a little bit big with some backswing, but this is going to be a return of serve that is perfect. It's into the body, which we've seen a lot from Capriati. Look how short that take back is, and that's one of the winners off the racket of Serena Williams.
So much better, Serena, when she's compact on that forehand. She's had 12 on the forehand winners, 5 on the backhand. In that last rally, you can see how early Serena was taking that racket back to get prepared to hit her backhand.
Well, that looked like an attempted sort of change of pace that just kind of got mixed up with more of a power shot. Capriati, not many winners. Only 5% of the shots, of the points, ending up with Capriati hitting a winner.
She's chasing down a lot of balls, forcing Serena to hit that extra shot, and Serena's missing a lot.
Like Velcro the whole way up that line.
What a terrific double-handed backhand up the line. She aimed down that line, saw it, and boom, perfect.
She didn't think Serena was going to get a racket on it, but Serena did, so that was not an outright winner against anybody else, but maybe Venus, that would have been a winner. It's one of the reasons why Capriati has so few winners, is because Serena does such a great job chasing down balls from so far outside the court. That double fault brings up a chance for Capriati to get back on serve. Another possible momentum shift. Capriati was almost down 2 breaks, but held on to serve barely in the last service game. Stephen Capriati actually gave a little signal of yes, it was long. Sometimes it helps when you get a close call in a huge match. You just see everything in, it seems like. And you look over to your camp, it's nice to get confirmation.
What a great time to hit one of her best serves of the match. There's the Capriati camp.
Stephen in the red shirt on the left, Denise Capriati in the middle, and a nervous Stefano looking down.
If Serena can start serving like she has these last 2 points, it'll just lift her confidence. I think she'll relax and be able to play a little bit more aggressively and safely from the back.
Premier service.
What a hold of serve from 15-40 down. Serena comes back with 4 straight points to extend her lead in the second set to 4 games to 2.
And again, another huge first serve to set up this forehand winner. And that's got to give Serena a boost in her confidence, because she's really been struggling on her serve. She hasn't had many free points at all. And that should help her to relax now in this return of serve game. Take some of the pressure off.
0-15.
Serena knows she can rely on that big serve to get her out of some trouble. Then it changes the whole complexion of the match.
15.
Serena felt she was falling back on that return, and that's why it flew long. There's a shot of the scoreboard here.
Taking that backhand so early makes all the difference when you can take away some time from Capriati. Again, Serena stepping it up. Now instead of hitting the ball and just being stationary, she's hitting it and moving in. 15-40, double break point. So successful when she's coming in, because she's coming in behind such a big shot.
Boy, oh boy, we're seeing some fantastic shots. That's Francesco Riccibitti, who's president of the International Tennis Federation. They gave out their world championship crowns the other night at a dinner here. Capriati, world champion on the women's side, Leighton Hewitt on the men's. Unforced error from Jennifer Capriati, and she knows she's in deep, deep trouble in this second set after winning the first 6-3. Capriati is one game away from losing the second. This crowd, sellout crowd, is watching live women's semifinal action. This is semifinal number 1. Jennifer Capriati, the defending champ, won the first set 6-3. Serena Williams is serving for the second set. These two have had amazing matchups the last couple of years. Pam Shriver, Mary Jo Fernandez. The semifinal after this is Venus Williams against the outsider Clarissa Fernandez. What a fabulous last name.
She's definitely got the right name.
A lefty from Argentina, who's had an amazing run through in her first French Open.
First French Open in the main draw. She lost in the qualifying last year in the first round.
Capriati hits the corner. Love 15. Second overhead we've seen Serena miss, but that one was tough. Not much time to get back.
It was the right shot selection from Capriati. She saw Serena leaning forward. Had to put the brakes on. See how far behind her head she hit that overhead. That's wide.
0-40.
Well, here's some chances for Capriati to get one of the breaks back. Love 40. Williams serve. Match has been on an hour and 11 minutes. It's almost into the third set. Not a very good game for Serena Williams as she was trying to serve out the second set. Brandy Williams looks on. Her daughter still has a break advantage, and Jennifer now will serve to stay in the second set.
Just not a confident Serena Williams at all serving for that set.
Capriati angry with herself because she knows that Serena Williams kind of opened the door for Capriati to make a comeback here in the second set. She doesn't want to see love 15.
Pretty volley by Serena. She's improved her volley so much in the last 12 months. Takes a split step, keeps that wrist firm. Take another look.
She got so low for that with her racket head. Love 30.
Far inside the baseline Serena was, waiting for that reply from Capriati, not expecting Capriati to be able to do so much with the forehand. such a fine line for Capriati. She knows Serena's making a lot of mistakes, but on the other hand, she knows Serena has the capability of stepping it up. So she has to stay aggressive. She did in that last rally.
Capriati stepped it up the last couple of points to come back from love 30. Wow, heavy duty backhand down the line, and now game point.
Again, another aggressive point by Capriati.
Talk about aggressive. French television in charge of our pictures, so occasionally someone flashes before our screen. We have no idea who they are. Capriati making her comeback run in the second set. She was down 5-2. Serena served for it once, and when we come back, she'll serve for the second set once again to send the semifinal to a third. Serena Williams serving for the second set, 5-4. She was up 5-2. Coming up after this is big sister Venus taking on Clarissa Fernandez. It's right after this match.
Probably easier to play first,
Absolutely.
right?
I was just about to say, the U.S. Open that time when Serena won it, Venus followed up after a great win of Serena over Davenport. Venus came out and struggled against Hingis. But at the U.S. Open last year, I believe it was Serena also who played first, beat Hingis, and then Capriati, Venus semifinal. Of course, they faced off against one another in the U.S. Open final 8 months ago. 15-love.
But it's got to be tough to be watching this match right now. Knowing that you have to go on and play. You're nervous enough as it is for your match, but now you're nervous for your sister to get through her semis.
These are all huge points for both players. Serena in the middle of this set won 5 of 6 games, but is struggling to close out the second set. Follows up 108-mile-an-hour first serve with a big miss on the forehand. 15-30. It's like she's not ready for the ball to come back after the big serve. Capriati lets out a little breath there because she knows that she's 1 point away from climbing way back in this second set. A great conversion rate on the break points, 5 of 8.
Yelling at herself. She knows how big this game is.
Serena's already come back from 15-40 once to win a game in this set. She hopes it's twice.
Hope she can get a big first serve in here.
She did get in the big serve, but the big, huge swinging volley misses wide, and Capriati has found a way to get back to 5-all in the second set. Matthew Perry clapping on the left. He arrived a couple of days ago to support Jennifer Capriati.
Great hands by Capriati getting that first serve back. Putting the pressure on Serena to come up. with the volley. And Serena's rattled right now. She's just having such a tough time when she's ahead, finishing off her games.
Now that was plan B for Serena.
Taking a little bit off the ball, just getting it back in play. And the good thing is that she can rely on her wheels. She can chase a lot of balls down and just force Capriati to hit some more shots.
That was a little of both.
And I think when you're not confident, it's better to play it safe. Aim deep down the middle of the court. She's missing way too many balls by a lot.
Wow. The net court has been like a third person throughout this semifinal, and it gets in the way here.
Capriati crushes that passing shot. It is low. Ran up for the short ball. A little balancing act. 40-15.
Oh, what an angle. Still another point for Capriati to take a lead here in the second set after being down 2 breaks, 5-2, with Serena Williams to serve twice for the second set. She takes a 6-5 lead in the second set. She won the first 6-3 and will be serving for a spot in the finals.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of the French Open is presented by Motorola. Intelligence everywhere.
This crowd was just set on their ear by that last point. Capriati won. They applauded through most of the change of ends.
They have really supported Capriati. Capriati playing inspiring tennis in the last couple games, chasing so many balls down, coming up with some big forehands, some huge backhands down the line, and now the pressure all on Serena's shoulders.
She's lost 4 games in a row. This is typical of the kind of set that these two have been playing the last couple of years.
So many momentum swings, a lot of unpredictable tennis. Jennifer got the serve she wanted. It was right there sitting for her to hit. It's the right attitude to go for it right now.
30 love. Capriati is, I think, going to her chair. Wants another racket or, yeah, going to shift back. She's actually been playing a little bit with each of these rackets, messing with the tension a little bit. We saw her kind of banging her strings on her hand earlier. 3 points for a tiebreak. Six all. Tiebreak.
First to 7. Have to win by 2. Every point counts.
Because Serena's missed a couple. She was a little safe with the first one, but buried the second.
Hopefully it's registering in Serena's mind that she's just so good when she comes forward. When she gets herself to net, she's been winning a lot of the points.
One love and serving in the tiebreak. Forehand volley just goes wide.
She set up the point beautifully, Serena. Didn't keep that wrist firm though. How she cuts under it.
Watch the racket face. Wasn't too bad. Just she kind of could have hit it well inside the sideline. 1 all. That was so short, it was tough for Capriati. Letting out a little tension, Capriati. She's down 1-3. Whoa.
She's been a few times a little cranky on the court. She's gotten away with some obscene language. In Australia it happened.
Last year at Wimbledon, when Agassi was playing Rafter in the semis at like 6-5 in the 5th set, a linesman at the back of the court heard him say something, went up and told the umpire, and he got a warning, and it changed the complexion late in that match. So you really have to be careful, but surprised that there wasn't a warning there. Serena Williams serving, up 3-2 in the tiebreak. A huge service ace and a 4-2 lead.
What a time to clean that center line on the serve. They've been playing a little bit over an hour and a half.
Simple dames.
Nothing
Singles.
simple about this match.
No. There's a bit of daminess about it. Serena Williams connecting with another big first serve and takes a commanding 5-2 lead.
This is where Serena's had trouble, though, when she's been with the lead.
Premier service.
She's made some big errors.
Was sure on that running backhand just inside the sideline, and a whole handful, 4 set points to send this semifinal into a third set. And Serena takes a bit of a walk back, taking her time, making Capriati wait.
Merci.
Ago they played. It was 7-5 in the third on play. We're going to a third set here in the semifinals. Hang on to your hats or your chapeaus or whatever in the heck you want to hang on to, because when these two play, it is fantastic drama. Stay with us for a live third set. Well, Old Glory's having a big day in the semifinals of the French Open with 3 American women through, and this one is a doozy. Going to a third set. Fernandez and Venus Williams. Fernandez of Argentina, the only one that's spoiling this All-American semifinal. At the top of the hour, for those of you expecting to see senior PGA golf, we are going to stick with this women's semifinal here live on ESPN, and the golf will be shown over on ESPN2 at the top of the hour. We are with you on ESPN for the long haul. A great day of action. Quarterfinals on the men's side taking place earlier today with Agassi losing. 3 Spaniards through, along with Safin in the semifinal of the men's. And now, who will compete in the finals of the French Open? And in this match, it's going to come down to this third and final set.
Much better tennis from Serena. The last 10 minutes of this match, she's beaten Jennifer Capriati the last 4 times in close matches, but still has that mental advantage of knowing that she's had Jennifer's number.
To 0.
30 love. It's fairly windy down there. You can actually hear it buffeting the microphones down on the court. Something else for the players to deal with. Capriati going to retie her shoe, and she hopes it resets the match for her, because the last few minutes, including the tiebreak, has really been tough for her. After making the big climb back in the second set, she was down 2 breaks, ended up losing it. 40 love here.
Jeu, Mademoiselle Williams. Premier jeu, dernier
Serena
manche.
Williams, 1-love in the third set.
So important now for Capriati to play a good, solid, consistent game on her serve. Serena has definitely started to play a lot better, and it's going to force Capriati to really take it to another level. She can't just afford to get a lot of balls back now. She needs to start taking the initiative again.
For those of you who have tuned in to ESPN to watch the Senior PGA Championship is now being shown over on ESPN2. We're staying here on ESPN with both women's semifinals of the French Open live from Paris. After this match, Venus Williams against Clarissa Fernandez earlier today. The men's quarterfinals were completed with Corretja winning, Safin winning, and Juan Carlos Ferrero knocking out Andre Agassi. It's 15-all, love one. Capriati served third and final set. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, men's semifinal action with Juan Carlos Ferraro taking on Marat Safin. That's going to be a fun semifinal. A little bit different styles. Mr. Safin a little more explosive with the power.
But Ferrero is just such a tough competitor. He's such a heavy ball on these slow clay courts. He was just pushing Agassi off the court on both sides.
30-all.
Break point coming up for Serena. It's important for Jennifer to stop this little bit of a momentum. Gets a little help with the unforced error.
Jennifer with 4 games in a row towards the end of that second set, but it was 1 game too less for her, as Serena played a great tiebreak.
And she had just picked up her intensity, Serena. She's moving better. Her body language is so much better. Stepping into the court now instead of leaning backwards. It's danger time for Capriati.
What a fantastic forehand cross-court to get her out of trouble.
Capriati had to come up with a huge forehand. Stayed low across the net.
She was running backwards and hit the ball behind her and got it cross-court. Do you know how hard that is? You got to get that racket head, crack the whip out in front.
You have to be so strong.
Whew. Deuce. much power there for Capriati, and another great point for Williams to take a 2-love lead. Previous gets and then overran that one.
Isn't that always the case, though? You get to the hard balls, make spectacular gets, side to side. He gets this one, which is unbelievable. What an effort. And then the one that she should have made got a little too close to her.
What a great expression. It just shows you the intensity and the competitiveness of this rivalry on both of their faces.
Great first serve into the body. Again, jamming Serena. Sets up this forehand up the line.
Tuned in to ESPN looking for Senior Tour Golf. You can watch it over on ESPN2. We are going to stay with both women's semifinals live from Paris on ESPN until their completion. And boy, oh boy, is this worth watching.
You don't think she's really sorry that ball went over the net, do you?
Not one fraction of an inch. You know, I wouldn't bet my house on anything, but I almost would have bet that this match would have been a great match. Just because of their record recently and the swings in their rivalry and their intensity. They're both playing well. They like the big stage. Has all the makings. And what will happen in this third set?
Well, you can almost guarantee that their matches are always going to go to 3 sets. Only a couple haven't.
Their 10th meeting. The Miami final was straight sets, but it took over 2 hours, and it was like 6-4, 7-5, or...
I think it was 7-5, 7-6, actually,
something.
even closer.
Yeah.
Nothing between these two players. If you were to just pick one shot that one has better than the other, it would have to be the serve. Serena with a much more fluid service action, more confidence on the serve, but on the clay courts where it's slower, it gives Jennifer the opportunity to get a lot more of those big serves back.
for those of you who tuned in to ESPN to watch the Senior PGA Championship, it's now being shown over on ESPN2. We're staying here on ESPN with both women's semifinals live until they are completed. This match is at 1-all, 30-all in the third set, and then Venus Williams will take on Clarissa Fernandez. The number 2 ranking is at stake here in this match. If Serena Williams wins, Venus will be at number 1 and Serena at number 2, regardless of the outcome the rest of the way.
Venus is number 1 no matter what. And Serena wants to get up to number 2. She's at an all-time high right now of number 3 in the world.
And in March, she was at number 9 before she won the NASDAQ 100. Serena Williams hangs on to serve. We're going on serve so far in the third set. 2-1, Serena. Serena Williams misses with a forehand long. Capriati serving. 1-2 down, 15-love, third set. It's 8 double faults for Capriati in this match. 5 for Serena.
Jennifer getting a little frustrated with that unforced error. Serena took a little bit off that return, didn't really go for it. It was very makeable.
That unforced error brings up a break point, and it's crucial. It would give Serena Williams a 3-1 lead in the third. Serena looks down at the court and bangs clay out of her shoes. Perhaps she slid a little too far into that shot, got a little twisted.
Serena had break points in Jennifer's last service game.
And she has another break point here. Doesn't want to let another opportunity slide away.
This will be her 6th break point of the set. Great first serve from Capriati. Great placement. What a time for it, too. Serena leaning a little bit to her right.
At this point, Capriati would love that free point. Gives her a game point. That's 2 in a row in a match this tense. To get 2 free points back to back is a real relief saver. 2-all, third set.
A lot of tension building up in this third set.
Your voice just cracked. Are you nervous too?
I am.
You've played in the semifinals here a few times.
It's a big occasion. Jennifer's been here before. Serena's first time.
See those strings just a little out of whack, and that's what Serena is putting back in place. She'd like to put her control back in place too. Just a little off right now for Serena. These momentum shifts are subtle when they start, but someone can go on a run in a hurry. And right now, Serena is really having trouble with the forehand again. She had trouble earlier in the match. Love 30.
Starting to fall backwards again when hitting her ground strokes, particularly that forehand side. Letting that ball get away from her.
Down the line and gave Capriati the chance for the pass. And that would have been for love 40.
Capriati anticipating where the backhand was going. Had the opening, had that cross court wide open. She was so far behind the baseline, though. It was not an easy pass.
Nothing's easy at 2-all in a semifinal.
Good hands by Capriati, holding her ground. Capriati putting that extra hand for a little bit more support.
Brings up 2 break points. Pressure, first serve.
That was a good changeup by Serena. She's been going up the tee a lot. Snuck the one out wide.
Another good serve to the corner. Again, they're not the huge, big, fast-paced ones that you can see from Serena, but decent pace, well-placed, and important to get the first one in, erasing 2 break points. From Capriati, so from Serena Williams being down 15-40, she has a chance to hang on to serve. serve, despite facing the break points. Serena Williams up 3-2 in the third, live from Paris. Thanks, Michael, for that World Cup update. First point of the game. Serena Williams, who earlier in the tournament was wearing the colors of the Cameroon World Cup team, the bright green and yellow. But she's sort of stuck with this more conservative outfit the last few matches.
She likes those gold shoes. She says they brought her luck this year.
Double fault from Capriati, and if you tuned in to ESPN looking for senior PGA Tour action, you can see that over on ESPN2. We're going to be staying with live semifinal French Open action on the women's side. Capriati, Serena Williams, 2-3 in the third set to follow. Venus Williams against Clarissa Fernandez.
Good deep return of serve from Serena. If you're Jennifer right now, you're better off going to the forehand of Serena. That's been the weaker side.
Instead, she changes directions from a cross-court Serena Williams forehand and goes down the line and misses it. 2 break points for Serena Williams after she fought off a 15-40 deficit in her last service game.
Serena's had break points in the last 2 service games of Capriati.
Both players have had so many opportunities to break in this third set, and everybody's managed to hold.
Look at all those break points. 17, only 4 breaks of serves for Serena.
Chases down everything, and she breaks serve for 4-2 in the third. Serena Williams with her first serve. Mary Jo mentioned it. She's starting to show some patterns. These are all the first serves of Serena. You can see she's pretty well balanced on the deuce side, perhaps favoring the one up the middle a little more, but really likes the one out wide on the ad side. The red ones are the aces.
She's been a little bit more predictable on that ad side. And I think just in general, aiming more to the backhand of Capriati.
As usual, much more successful with the first serve.
Return of serve from Capriati. Got the short reply and then tricked Serena. Serena thought Jennifer was going to hit the little drop shot, but she slides it long. Well played.
Love 15. What a clutch serve after love 15. 15 all. Fourth ace.
Hold.
15-30. Capriati would love this point. Find herself at 2 more break points. Perfect point from Serena Williams.
That's a good thing. Both these women are so fit. They're both running down so many unbelievable shots. Compact backswing that time from Serena. Much better forehand.
They both have that power speed build. Like a sprinter, like Herschel Walker. Thick but fast. Point for 5-2.
Capriati showing courage, stepping inside that baseline, really going for her shots. Sign of a champion when you're down. Keeps aggressive, keep pressuring your opponent.
Huge serve from Serena Williams brings up another game point, but nobody, including Venus Williams, in the last year and a half has had more pressure points in the majors than Jennifer Capriati, and she's come through a majority of the time. Serena needing confirmation on that call. We're going to have a quick peek at shot spot. And this is what happens when you get tense and you just are hoping that the ball clips the line. Clearly wide. Great point for Capriati to get the break back in the third. Serena Williams serving at only 40% in this set.
You said it, Pam. You can never count Capriati out. She's come back so many times. Saved 4 match points in the finals against Martina Hingis this year at the Australian Open.
Didn't play that pressure point how she liked it, missing with a one-handed slice backhand. Of course, last year in the finals, defeated Kim Clijsters 12-10 in the third, serving for it for the third time, finally closed out that final.
Capriati expecting that overhead to be a little deeper in the court.
You could see it had bounced twice, but it went in the net anyway. Game point.
Premier service.
That's one of those pressure points.
It was a very short second serve from Serena. Capriati just pounds it. Such a different mentality, though. She's down game point. She steps up, cracks it. When she had the break point, she played much more conservatively.
Don't we see that a lot? When you're down, it's so much easier to swing away.
Avantage, Mademoiselle Williams.
That was a bad miss by Capriati.
Which is why she smacked her leg.
No reason to hit that return into the net.
Serena Williams once again gets out of trouble on serve, and when we come back, Jennifer Capriati will be serving to stay in the French Open. And Serena, could she get to 2 in the world? Jennifer Capriati in a desperate situation. She's down 2-5 in the third. She's the defending champion, and the rankings are on the line for number 2. Jennifer will move from 1 to either 2 or 3 after this championship. If she loses this match, she's number 3. Venus has the number 1 ranking no matter what. Which would mean one of the most incredible things ever to happen in the sport of tennis. 2 African-American sisters, 15 months apart, would hold the number 1 and the number 2 rankings in women's tennis.
Just 2 points away. It would be unbelievable, an amazing achievement.
Love 30. One of the best first serves of the match for Capriati, 15-30.
15-30.
And when you play returns like that, you deserve to have 2 match points.
Merci.
The defending champ walks off defeated, but she had a great run to try to defend her title. Serena Williams, what a clay court player she has become all in the last couple of months.
It's unbelievable. What a terrific effort from Serena today. She goes to number 2 in the world. It was a pressure match. Venus number 1, Serena number 2, no matter what. Jennifer falls to number 3. She wasn't playing her best tennis, Serena, but she hung in there, turned it around in the tie break, and just really played those pressure points so well. What a great effort.
It's happened all so quickly in the last few months as Serena Williams has gone on such a tear. Venus, she's been there in the big matches the last couple of years. She sits at number 1. Serena Williams now sits at number 2, and she's in the finals of the French Open. Who will she play? Venus coming up next.